Welcome to realacademy.net. My name is Anel Hammersma, and today I'm speaking to the lovely Tanja Meyburgh. Tanja, quick question. What does it mean to be a good family constellations facilitator?
So, I guess firstly, if you are going to be an effective constellation facilitator, you need to understand that we don't work with the traditional concepts of good and bad. So even the question has the
trap built into it.
It's got a trap there. Yeah. So this sort of idea between good and bad is obsolete in constellation work in a sense.
Yeah.
And I guess sort of turning that back towards the facilitator for me is that one of the things is working with our own shadow and working with our own exclusions and all the parts of ourselves that we are not comfortable with and that we don't like, is an important part. So I realized in training people for many years now that the most important piece, I think, is the ability to self-reflect and to do your own work. And so a big part of my training is around people doing their personal work, working with their relationship with their parents, working with their family relationships, even if they are training with me to do organizational constellations or land constellations or nature constellations, or coaching. We always start with the family first, because the self-development of the facilitator, the personal development of the facilitator, for me, is the key, is the most important piece.
How do we know what our work is? How would I know as a family constellations facilitator what I need to be working with?
I think we're in a unique position as facilitators, to be working in a field where our work reflects back to us all the time what we need to look at in ourselves. So it's not like we're going to work and balancing books or something. Our client, and this is why it's so important to have a self-reflective space, to journal or to be in supervision or to have your intervision group, so that you can look and see what is it that's emerging in the practice, what is it that's emerging between me and the clients, what is it that presses my buttons. So instead of sort of bracketing it and saying, I'm a clear channel all the time when I'm facilitating, it's kind of noticing what's happening and then taking that and working with it.
Yeah.
So we have that possibility. I mean, and yes, a lot of people say, oh, I've still got so much work to do, I won't be able to facilitate until I've sorted myself out. No, that's not the idea. None of us
work in progress.
Yeah, exactly. None of us has ever got it right. And that, I think, is also important, is that we recognize that we are a work in progress and we're always learning and we can always grow. And every client is an opportunity for learning more. And one of the things that I did when I was sort of a real beginner in art therapy and in constellation work was I gave myself, every time I gave a client homework, I gave myself the same homework.
Yes.
So at one stage, my thought was, I must first do the homework before I give it to a client, but that didn't hold up for long enough. But I did manage to start giving myself the same homework. And for me, that's really important. Don't ask a client to do something that you're not willing to do yourself.
Yes, yes. That's excellent advice. Another teacher of mine gave me that advice a few years ago, and it does create a sense of, yeah, you have to have empathy and respect for your clients. And that's one of the ways in which we do it, is by creating a relationship with them through doing the same things for ourselves that we would expect from them. Thank you so much for your time, Tanja. It's always a pleasure having you. Thank you for your wisdom, and we'll hope to have you back soon.
Thank you, Anal.